Nate, are you aware that the Nancy Pelosi, Mrs. Paul Pelosi, is massively corrupt?
I know. I thought she was. I thought she was one of the world's best traders, wasn't she?
Oh, sorry. No, you're quite right. When I said massively corrupt, what I meant was one of the all-time greatest, if not arguably the all-time greatest stock picker in Wall Street history. Right? Benjamin Graham, James Pierpont Morgan himself, Soros, Peter Lynch, Warren Buffett. They don't hold a candle to Paul Pelosi and Nancy Pelosi for picking stocks.
Legends. We can learn from them.
I think she must be a Mystic Meg type, crystal ball, scrying chamber type wizard. They must be, in order to be able to see the future, in order to be able to pick out stocks which are just about to collapse and therefore short selling them, or stocks that are just about to go through the roof and buying a big chunk of it. They must be able to see the future. It really is remarkable. I mean, their personal portfolio outperforms Berkshire Hathaway. That's Warren Buffett's investment company. One of the great, if anyone doesn't know, Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway, one of the greatest value investors of all time. So she's outperforming him easily, like double his performance. Like the best hedge fund managers in the world, Paul and Nancy are outperforming them. It's remarkable. On her salary of something in the order of $175,000, $180,000 a year, they've got a fortune of over $400 million. Good
Lord.
What a remarkable thing.
Just great trading.
Just buy the dip. Buy the dip. You just see there's a bit of a dip in the market on a certain stock, certain share price you've kept your eye on. It's a bit of a dip, so buy it. About $400 million. Boom. Simple as that. Nothing else to it. Certainly not any sort of inside information. Certainly not that. It's certainly not the case that Nancy would know what Congress is about to either leak or actually make a statement about, or the exact scheduling of when legislation will be brought forward or announced, and therefore can just tell her husband that this is in the pipeline, and if you do this, then we'll just make loads of money on it. Definitely not that. That's definitely not what's happening. No. There's loads of clips of Nancy going back years and years and years where people have asked her that exact question, and she always responds to that with a mixture of stonewalling. I simply, what a nonsense question. How dare you even ask me that? What an absurd question. I'm Nancy Pelosi. Of course I'm whiter than white, cleaner than clean. There's no suggestion. There cannot be any suggestion that I've done any sort of insider information type deal. It's just not possible. And if you think that, you're the baddie, you're evil, you're just some sort of Republican partisan, you're un-American. Oh, no, all that nonsense. And then if questioned any further, just a gish-gash stream of consciousness nonsense. Anything, oh, it's not me. I don't have any equities. It's all Paul. So you probably have to ask him. And anyway, it's a free market, isn't it? People are allowed to buy and sell stocks, aren't they? Just saying anything and everything. Oh, it's Trump. Oh, don't you remember Paul was attacked by a guy with a hammer the other year, who everyone said was a mad MAGA supporter, and it turns out he wasn't. I think he was a mentally ill person, but why he was in their house and Paul Pelosi didn't have his trousers on, don't worry about that. And Nancy wasn't home and Paul didn't have his trousers on.
Don't question that bit.
No, move on from that.
Forget about that bit.
But the receipts are all there. That's the thing. She's so banked rights. It's so obvious. For a start, Paul isn't doing this in like a surreptitious, clandestine, covert kind of way, making all sorts of shell companies and moving things around through the Cayman Islands and keeping Swiss bank accounts. And it's kind of difficult to unravel the layering of monies. No, it's just him and his account making trades. that he's then legally obliged to 30 days or 45 days later to release into the public domain. It's just him trading. It's all out there. The receipts are there. There's a whole bunch of people on Twitter or on the internet in the wider internet just saying, look, the Pelosi's have just made this trade. Let's copy it. I mean, that's a legit thing. That's totally a legit thing. Like, you just see what Warren Buffett's doing, and if you've got the money, copy it. You see what one of the world's most famous hedge fund managers just did, and it might have been a few days ago they did it, so you haven't got in at the exact best moment, but nonetheless, so you just copy it. So that's a legit thing, because the Pelosi strategy, the Pelosi investment strategy, is a winner. It's a winner. Paul very rarely picks a bum choice. You know, if he wants to put a bit of money into some credit card company or whatever, or up his holding in Google or whatever it is, or short sell something which miraculously a few days or weeks later Congress makes a statement or leaks a statement about, and the market moves and its price tumbles, and if you're short selling it, you make a packet. So if anyone's out there looking for a strategy, a fresh investment strategy, you can do worse than copy Paul Pelosi. It's so obvious. And now Josh Hawley, Senator Hawley, who I like, he seems to be one of the good guys. You know, he seems to have integrity. He seems to have the people and America's interest at heart. He's bringing forward the motion to sort of start this piece of legislation, which will hopefully get through. It won't get through for years. We're only at the beginning, but it's being colloquially called the Pelosi Act. Because loads of Congress people, not just Congress people, loads of politicians in America it's not just America. We're plagued by this. A lot of countries in the West are plagued by this, but we're talking about Pelosi for this story. Loads of them are doing this. It's a story as old as time. It goes back. You know, someone like some big whale like J.P. Morgan himself, or John Rockefeller. Like, I'm talking about in the 20s and 30s and stuff. They will just say to someone, they'll just say to someone over lunch, who's an insider or a press person, I'm thinking I might sell something or other. I'm thinking that maybe I'm going to sell my holding in this, or I'm thinking I might buy a piece of something or other. They go and squeal and tell everyone. The price moves, and they get what they want. And it might be misinformation, it might be disinformation, it might be the opposite of what they're looking to actually do. Anyway, all sorts of people are involved in this and have been for years. And so Hawley is trying to do something about it, make it a bit more difficult. There'll still be ways around it, but make it a bit more difficult for someone like Nancy Pelosi to just blatantly just tell her husband what's in the pipeline and make financial moves on the strength of that.
Oh, super brazen. It's the most blatant and brazen example of sort of corruption for some time, to be honest, and such a long tenure of doing it as well. Such nonsense. Couldn't happen to a worse set of people.
I mean, she's been in Congress since 1987, when there's this debate in America about term limits. Is it right, really, that someone like Dianne Feinstein or Pelosi should just kind of end? They've got a super safe seat. The Democrats will almost always win that seat, so they've got a job almost for life. It's almost like a lock forever. Is it right that should continue? Can't you have, if you've got term limits on the presidency and other things? What about term limits on Congress people? Well, that question has been put to Mrs. Pelosi a number of times. Once again, she will always deal with it by saying, don't even ask me that question again. What a waste of time. I'm here to talk about something else today. Don't even, next question. She is a scumbag. She's a real scumbag. And she's 85 now. So with the best will in the world, the very best will in the world, I highly doubt she'll ever see the inside of a jail cell. But it's there for all to see. And I just wish Senator Hawley and others that are on the right side of the ledger on this thing, I just wish them all the best. hopefully they can clean the swamp a little bit.